finance. Now it's new and improved. Fortified with the ingredients that investors love. On today's episode, easy access to crypto exchanges.
Are you here, guys, to buy Bitcoins? Yeah. Take the line. They told me, actually, we have a car. It's a huge black Cadillac. It was parked on the main street in Moscow. I was waiting. Then the door opened. I came in, and two big guys, like really bold guys, they asked me, okay, how much do you need? Okay, give us a cash. They had a special machine to count all the notes right in the card. So we take like 2% if you don't wait for the confirmations. What is confirmations? If you will wait when you get these coins, we will charge you 5%. Okay, I asked, no, I will wait for information. So they took me 5%. They sent me these Bitcoins with my public address and everything. And then I analyzed all this. It's so stupid.
For many people, the world of cryptocurrencies has been like the Wild West. One of the worries is how to safely buy and store large quantities of these assets, especially for people living in developing markets. Vladimir Smetanin has already experienced these issues, which is why he has set up the brokerage company NewCent to provide easy access to crypto exchanges.
My name is Vladimir Smetanin. I was born in Russia. Actually, at that time, it was Soviet Union. I started NewCent actually by chance, by coincidence. When it was 2013, the peak of development of Russia, I think at that time. We won Olympic Games, and then we have all this Crimea story with Ukraine. So for me at that time, it was absolutely obvious that to do business anymore in Russia, it's not worth enough. Because when we did it, all foreign investments moved back, exchange rate again changed, and my net wealth just decreased 3 times immediately. I had a lot of talks with my friends from States or Europe. Oh, Bitcoin is a big thing. What's the reason? What's intrinsic value behind it? But for people who are living in developing countries, it's a huge advantage. That's why, like in Zimbabwe, Argentina, Vietnam, Russia, Ukraine, penetration of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is much, much higher in comparison with States and UK. Later, I started to read more about this technology. And so, yeah, it's really cool. And I started to check what are the institutional and trustworthy organizations I exist to make the big deal. So I decided, okay, I will try to contact this broker. So now it's big broker, still big broker here. I tried to call them. I tried to write them. They didn't answer. So I decided to take a flight. So fly to Zurich. Flew to Zurich, took the train from Zurich to Zug, visit the office. I ring the bell, and they told me, do you have an appointment? No, I don't, but we can't let you in. We can't sell you Bitcoins. And I was so surprised. Actually, it's like, I have 1 million. I want to buy for 1 million Bitcoin. At that time, it's still like only crazy people could do this. And they are super busy. They don't have time for me to buy this. And then I crossed the road, I drink a beer, I was watching this office and was thinking, wow, it's my future business. I used my network, found the guys from PricewaterhouseCoopers. They helped me create a company, get the license, get all the connection and presence in Switzerland. And I moved with my family here and I started. So my idea was to make the movement in and out very easy. And the second point was to make it like safe by design, by default, that no counterparty risk, or at least to eliminate it to the minimum. If you want to invest, you want to make it transparent, yeah, we can provide you this opportunity. Most people in our target audience, in our target segment, they drive German or Japanese cars, they drink Italian wine, but they still keep money with the Russian banks or Vietnam bank or Kazakhstan bank. They are some kind of limited with the financial services which they get right now. So we want to get them access. We provide like concierge service for these guys, and we try to work hard 24/7 to help these people to get this opportunity. You want to trade S&P 500 or when it will be, maybe S&P 300, whatever. You can do it. You could buy Bitcoin, you could buy gold, you could buy some real estates. But you have your money and it's like world recognized, and this money is somewhere. And I think Switzerland is the best place to have money here. So we want to create this kind of service. So we are connected to 18 liquidity providers. And if the big client is coming, so big client is more than 5 million, because even if you buy at the moment 5 million Bitcoin or sell 5 million, you will see that this deal will influence the market. It will go down or up. So we help the clients to buy and sell this big amount. So we have a order execution system. We have very secured way how to work with our liquidity providers. We have a few banks, again, to make it very transparent and very safe for the clients. We're really working 24/7, and we try to onboard you very quick. We understand that for people who really invest significant amount of their capital, they need to have a trustworthy counterparty. And financial company in Switzerland is like one of the most secured by default counterparty. That's why when I was choosing where to create this company, Singapore, Malta, or Gibraltar, of course it was the first answer, and it was the right answer to make it in Switzerland. If we compare how the software market evolved, 25 years ago it was, okay, are you IBM or are you Apple? And you have all software from one provider or from another. And now we live in a world we have Apple, but we use Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, and we use Zoom, whatever possible. So I think the finance at some point, it will be also free. So, and we want to occupy the space which provide the people from different countries access for very stable place to have your money and then do whatever you want with this money.
Experience breeds wisdom, and wisdom breeds vision. NewCent was born out of Vladimir's incredible first-hand experience of trying to buy Bitcoin in significant quantity. Today, he's giving easy access to crypto exchanges for people in both developed and developing markets, so that they can choose to preserve their wealth in this exciting financial frontier. As global debt soar, alternative stores of value are going to become increasingly popular.
Finance. Now it's new and improved.